All right, folks, we are back. Normal time, normal place, Sunday night. And boy, did we pick a good week to do it, because this is another week where, Sammy, the primary, optimal team was not the team that ended up being in the train, which I always think is very interesting. When the team that is the top optimal on ETR, when the team that's the top optimal on Run the Sims ends up not being most owned. And what was doing it this week was Drake May was coming in with a fat projection on everywhere, really. And he was the most expensive quarterback. The Browns defense and the Saints defense were flooding. And then also Trey McBride. Trey McBride also, I believe he was projecting 4 points better than every other tight end. But the most interesting thing was that one Mr. Jay Gibbs, 58.4 DraftKings points, was not in optimal teams. And I guess everyone just collectively decided to play Jahmyr Gibbs.
I guess everybody just knows ball. Like, you knew he was going to smash. You knew it. Even on a underdog, I was laddering all his stuff up to over 140 rushing yards, and it was just so good. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is, when you get him on the track at home, to me, he was a lock, right? Think about the locks of this slate. Chase Brown and Wilson were kind of the locks in terms of the workload they were going to get for the price they were at. Trey McBride was a lock because he was so much better than everybody else. And then I thought both Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra were locks. I just wanted all the Lions in this spot. It was just so obvious. And, what did Gibbs end up being owned in double ups?
So that is what is interesting, is that Gibbs was owned in double ups, but he was only owned at 56.9%. So this morning, I'm running behind because I have a child and I'm trying to, be a rational person. So I'm a little bit behind.
Welcome to the next 18 years, buddy. Good luck.
So I hop on the stream this morning, and I'm getting all my stuff together, and I'm like, hey, Wiggins, do you want to just come on my stream for 15 minutes and just talk about whatever? And he was the one who told me that this was the cash team that he was thinking about, which is, for the audio listeners, Jacoby Brissett, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, Michael Wilson, Jacoby Myers, Jameson Williams at 42.5% with the 0-0-0 snowflake stat line.
This is an all-timer in a game with 1,000 total yards. All-time snowflake.
It's an all-time snowflake. Emmanuel Wilson and the Cleveland Browns defense. Now, this is the massive $50 double up that is being shown on the screen. These were the optimal lineups that were going around. I guess I didn't see. I guess I probably excluded Kyle Pitts when I ran these this morning. One of these lineups in here would have been what ended up playing, but you can see the optimal lineups is all. It's Drake May, Chase Brown, Manny Wilson, Jacoby Myers, St. Brown, Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, and then I guess why the fuck is Kyle Pitts in here? I don't know what I did to these this morning, but obviously the answer was there was really no way to play Drake May in cash. I thought Drake May in cash.
Let's talk to Nate when he comes on.
We will. Yes. Whenever Nate gets here, we'll talk to him. I guess my thinking with May was he's an insanely safe floor, but I don't think Drake May is in the Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, super mega fantasy quarterbacks. He doesn't have a 300-yard passing game in his career. And I'm not saying that to murk Drake May. I'm not saying that to say Drake May's bad. None of those things. Drake May wants to win MVP, Patriots are the 1 seed, whatever. But he's a good fantasy quarterback, but he's not a great fantasy quarterback. I don't fear him getting 40 on me.
Yes. That's right.
And
that's right. And we've talked about this before, man. It is hard to get the bonus these days. It's hard, especially to get the passing bonus.
Not for Jacoby Brissett, it's not.
Well, easy game for Jacoby. Obviously, GOAT's gonna GOAT. But it's difficult. So to pay what was May 6,900. I thought, I just didn't think that was a thing on this slate. Like the pricing was kind of tight. It wasn't that easy. If you're going to pay up at tight end, I just don't think that this was the kind of slate that you wanted to pay up for tight end and quarterback. And with McBride's, just dominance over the rest of the tight end field, it's like, look, I was always paying down. At one point, I had a Goff lineup, and then, as we'll talk about, I decided to go even lower. But yeah, dude, I just don't see paying 6,900 for a quarterback here.
If I'm paying $6,900 for a quarterback in this day and age, it's going to be Lamar after he proves to me that I'm healthy. It's going to be Josh Allen. And it would also require it to be a really strong running back slate. Sammy, the reason why I play Jahmyr Gibbs is because I remember what I was looking at. Is this what all the optimal lineups looked like? It was Alvin Kamara and flex. It was 2 tight end lineups. It was getting David. I kept getting David Montgomery in.
Yeah, you sent me David Montgomery earlier, and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be an all-time Gillcast because Davis is just going to show up after Gibbs goes for like 36 total yards and be like, why did I play Montgomery again? I know he's fat. I know he's slow. I know he sucks. Like, why did I play him? It's an awful play. It's egregious because it doesn't have any upside. Like the median is probably okay because he rated to like score touchdowns at a pretty high rate in this game. Like he was probably going to score a touchdown in most iterations, but like he never goes for 30. It never ever happens. I can't play it. No good.
Can't play it.
Hey Nate, how you doing?
So Mr. Nate. So if you're listening on audio, these scores were Whirling Dervish 227.04, Davis Maddock 200.28, one Mr. Nathaniel N. Noling 174.56.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, Nate. We gotta talk about what you've done, buddy. We gotta have a conversation.
Nate, you played Drake May, Chase Brown, Emmanuel Wilson, Michael Wilson, Jacoby Myers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Trey McBride, Kyle Pitts, and Browns. Oh, so you actually just played that team I just had pulled up as the top optimal on Run the Sims with one Mr. Kyle Pitts. So you played Drake May instead of Jahmyr Gibbs, Nate. We go to you now. How are you feeling, brother?
Doesn't feel good. Drake May has been very good.
Imagine having Jahmyr Gibbs on the slate and in the flex, you turn over Kyle.
Well, the thing is, when you watch Drake May just be so efficient at converting scores week after week after week, and I say, man, he's gonna be in the spot, and I get Drake May in, and then to watch him just be unable to convert touchdowns on this defense was tilting. And watching, I literally think I was like, okay, I just took a 40 burger from Gibbs, and I think I'm still okay. But then he breaks it in overtime and adds 18 points on one play. And I'm just like, I ate 58 points.
R.I.P. IP.
No coming back from that.
No.
Did you ever ponder playing Jahmyr Gibbs? Because here I just pulled up the ETR teams. I never mind. I didn't. I locked Jahmyr Gibbs, so I need to not do that. Let me lock Manny Wilson and run them. So the ETR teams, I believe these are the top ETR teams. I mean, I don't think any of my settings are wrong. So the top ETR team: May, Chase Brown, Manny Wilson, St. Brown, Michael Wilson, Jacoby Myers, Mark Andrews, Trey McBride. Kyle Pitts is in the second one. This one had David Montgomery. A lot of 2 tight end teams. I think a lot of people avoid tight end in the flex, but none of these were the train teams. None of these teams.
Team with Gibbs locked.
Train team, I believe. I would assume the reason why this team was so many dupes. Let's count the dupes. So from 600 to 209. So in the massive
610 dupes in the big $25.
So in the massive $50, 25% of the contest probably had this team. So I'm not claiming I'm some big mega genius for playing the team that everyone else played. Like I in fact, the last 2 weeks I've just been so like not locked in, not playing very much, that I'm just happy to play the train. But yeah, you just Nate, you just never considered Mr. Gibbs.
I mean, obviously I considered Gibbs. I think there was no way I wasn't going to have Lions exposure. I looked at the Jameson team, but I thought Amon-Ra was just, of all of the positions, he was the one that I wanted exposure to the most. I really felt good about Chase Brown and Wilson at the running back position. So I didn't feel like I was punting where, I don't know. I mean, yeah, looking at it now, it feels horrendous to go into cash without Gibbs, but there was 0% chance I was playing the Montgomery team. And I just can't imagine not playing.
What I want to know is why you didn't swap, dude. You like could not, like, you really should not have played Jacoby Myers and Kyle Pitts. You should have played Greg Dortch, and you also shouldn't have played the Browns defense either.
By the time the stuff had locked, Gibbs was just at his 40.
Yeah. Gibbs gave the blade in overtime. I mean, he was doing great beforehand, but that was the blade.
But I was okay with the 40. I mean, if you
subtract the 18-point run, so I have 200, you have 174. I mean, you're closer.
Yeah.
You're a lot closer. Yeah.
And I think at that point May was still like in play. I think I was still hoping for the bonus and a touchdown. I don't know. It was a tilting like 10 seconds there. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, Gibbs was a great play. He projected to have a ton of workload. The team total was massive. The only fear I had with Gibbs was genuinely that, like, you could not being needed in the second half of this game. And I wonder could have gotten workload, and I got scared a little bit where I thought that St. Brown was a little bit of a better play there, but didn't work out that way.
I wonder why he wasn't in optimals. Like
the running back position had so much better values.
Well,
Wilson and Brown were points per dollars really, really strong. Like,
oh yeah, they were. I mean, I think the cash game locks were Chase Brown, Emmanuel Wilson, Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, and the Browns defense. So that's 5 spots, and you had to figure out the other 5 spots being quarterback, wide receiver 3, and your flex, or third running back, second tight end, fourth wide receiver. It'll be really interesting if they price McBride up at like 7,500. What the optimizer, because he'll deserve it. I mean, he was owned. He scored 16. He's going to keep going up in price, and I wonder at what point. And also, are they going to ever price Jacoby up? This is like his like 9th straight week with 20 points or whatever.
Yeah, they need to price him up. I mean, I'm still I'm going to fall for this Jacoby thing forever. But yeah, he looks good with Lawrence. And
I was worried this week that this would be the week that, you know, because the Jaguars have been so good at running the ball, they were so negative PROE. Like, this would be the week that they would just totally stonewall, and it did not happen. All right, we've kept the people waiting long enough. 227 points, Sammy. Take your fucking lap, brother. Take
this
your lap.
This is the thickest team, Sammy. This is the work of art.
Thank you. The team is Alpha Kingmaker Jameis Winston at quarterback, Gibbs, Chase Brown, and Wilson at running back. The receivers, Amon-Ra, Jacoby Myers, and Luther Burden at wide receiver 3 to go with the Saints defense and McBride at tight end. We were talking about locks, and I mentioned this right before you came on, Nate. But definitely the 2 value running backs, Chase Brown and Emmanuel Wilson, were locks to me. McBride was a lock. He's just so much better than every other tight end. And I thought both Gibbs and Amon-Ra were locks. Gibbs more so than Amon-Ra because, to your point, like, if the Lions go up big in this spot, it's like, look, like, they might stop throwing. But because Amon-Ra, like, he gets there through receptions. He gets there through volume, right? He's not necessarily the type that breaks off 70-yarders or anything like that, but Gibbs is. And he obviously did it today. And so then it was like, okay, how do I fill out the rest of my lineup? And really the only way to do that get all those guys in that I wanted was to go down to Jameis Winston. And I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, you know what? This is Jameis's second time starting. Didn't start him last week. I would be not true to myself if I didn't start the alpha Jameis Winston. And that gave me enough. And I love Luther Burden. I'm actually disappointed in his performance today. He had all his stuff at halftime, and then they essentially stopped using him, which stunk. But, I felt very, very fine with having Burden be my wide receiver 3. And so then I just started putting things in. I'm like, look, I love Winston. He's in a dome. It's Jameis Winston, like high scoring game. Like he's going to have to throw a bunch. Like, let's go. And then Luther Burden, and everything kind of fell into place. I thought this is silly because no defense is ever a lock, but I thought the Saints defense was like kind of close to a lock if you needed it. Like Cleveland was great.
Saints and the Browns, Browns, Raiders were the only defense I consideed all day.
Totally. So,
I do need to say one thing. Yeah. You living to tell the tale of fading Michael Wilson, who is now just Jerry Rice, for Jacoby fucking Myers. You honestly should have get paid for that. You should pay for it.
So here's the thing. I really liked Michael Wilson. It felt so silly to not play a guy who just went for whatever he went for, 13 and 180 or something last week. It felt really terrible. I would have preferred Michael Wilson over Jacoby Myers 10 times out of 10, because Jacoby Myers is just a fucking weak suck, and we know he is. And there was a point during the afternoon games, Michael Wilson was already at like 6 for 69, and Jacoby hadn't caught a pass yet. And I'm like, yeah, I knew it, like unclutch, but I didn't have the extra $100. I just didn't. Like Wilson was 4,800. Jacoby Myers was 47, and I just couldn't make the extra 100 work. And I wasn't like willing to like rip down the lineup to make that swap.
Did you consider playing Adonai Mitchell instead of Luther Burden?
Yeah, I did.
I would have. So if I would have decided to play your lineup, I would have played Michael Wilson over Myers and Adonai Mitchell instead of Burden. I thought Mitchell and Burden were like the same thing.
Yeah,
the amount of ability that you are able to take on and live to tell the tale. I mean, this. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Look, buddy. You don't need to live to tell about the tale of playing Jameis Winston for 4,600 in the dome. I mean, when like this guy,
he got the receiving touchdown. When he got the receiving touchdown after he stiff armed a man.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I didn't believe it was Jameis Winston until the very end. Like I knew it was Winston, and then he like back shoulder stops and catches it like a receiver, and then stiff arms this dude into oblivion. Like they are going to be watching game film next week, and everyone is going to be roaring because Jameis looked like a legitimate NFL receiver on that play. It was incredible for him to make what's the quarterback play of the year and throw for 366 with a couple touchdowns is just like absolute king shit. 36.2 points for 4,600 on DraftKings. Don't act like you don't have regrets about not playing Jameis Winston. You should have had this.
The fact that you traded Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson legitimately probably put up the best like points per dollar expected production game of the year, and you faded him and like got away with it. Not just Sammy. You won 100% of your head-to-heads.
I'm gonna make Sammy feel a little bit bad about himself. This is the Millionaire Maker winning team. It's Sammy's team. But instead of Jacoby Myers, Luther Burden, and Trey McBride, it has AJ Brown, Hunter Henry, Devonta Smith, and Wan'Dale Robinson. So a nice little build off it. I guess it's a 4v4. Last week, the Millionaire Maker winning team was a 3v3 off the cash team. I guess it's a 4v4 this week, so maybe a little bit less pain. But yeah, Sammy, I can't. I think that honestly, like my true honest to God opinion is that Jameis was perfectly cromulent, totally fine to play him instead of Jacoby Brissett. I do think not playing Michael Wilson, fading the Browns defense, and then frankly courting disaster because I know JMO got a 0, but JMO could have like so easily buried everyone. Like it's like there was a bazillion plays. The game was back and forth. It went to overtime, and I know JMO's terrible, and I guess it is what it is. But
JMO legit got like 3 targets.
yeah, he was
had like
totally
5 expected points in a game where they put up. I'm so tilted about this JMO thing. But the fact that Sammy faded 15 targets for Michael Wilson, and this wasn't 15 targets that we didn't see coming. This was like projectable volume at an incredible salary.
Nate not winning when 50% of the field played JMO. Like that's got to hurt Nate extra bad because Nate hates JMO and all players like JMO, and everyone else is just like all the dumb idiots like me. Like, dude, JMO, the horizontal breaking route. Stan Campbell put the glasses on, and just easily beating
Campbell's
Nate
calling the plays. Campbell's calling the plays.
And
I'm wearing his 2 touches. He's gonna have 100 yards.
Beating Nate because Jahmyr Gibbs had the best fantasy score literally of all time is so funny. It's so good.
So good.
Oh,
it's just,
yeah.
I played goats. Like, it's like, oh, I faded Michael Wilson. You faded Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, who wins? Me. Right? That's it. Everybody got the blade. I do want to give a special shout out. I thought for the second week in a row, I like clean swept all the cash games. But today I actually lost a $1 head to head to somebody named this is great. MBF 15. He beat me by 0.14.
MBF 15?
Yeah.
That's a long time fan of the show. He'll probably listen to this later.
Dude, big ups to him. I don't even know how he did it, but he did. He also faded Michael Wilson, but just hats off to you, buddy. Like, good job.
Yeah, shout out to him. I'll pull up my spy team because it is I was actually like very excited. I worked on this team like for like half an hour this morning. I was very excited about it. So I knew I wanted the stacks I liked today were Lion stuff and Chief stuff. Very funny that Mahomes got 20 without a touchdown and Rice got 27 without a touchdown. So in the big spy, I played.
Oh, and Jared they had Goff. That one sequence where it was like 3 throws to Rice and he could have had a touchdown on almost any of them and just didn't get in.
Mahomes missed him. It was like a fade route and he threw it inside. Rice wanted it outside.
Yeah.
Pretty tilting.
Yeah.
So I knew like Emmanuel Wilson was like number 1, played him and everything. Thought he should be 65% owned. He was 32% owned. So I played Goff, Gibbs, Wilson. I thought Rashi instead of St. Brown on Goff stuff would put me in like a much narrower part of the game tree. And I ended up being right about that. JMO at 26, that's got to be Hall of Fame bad. There was a wide receiver earlier this season that was like crazy owned in the same spot. I don't remember who it was, but this JMO at 26% is Hall of Fame. Terrible play. Luther Burden, the third, 8%. I for sure would have played him at 8% again if I knew that. Mark Andrews at 9%. Hunter Henry was like 25% and the same price. I would do that again. Trevion Henderson, honestly, 17% from the slappies. That felt pretty reasonable. Like if Nate, I know I see you shaking your head, but if I told you that this was the touch distribution before the game, you would have jammed Trevion Henderson. It was 21-6 against the Bengals. You would have jammed Trevion Henderson in. So I thought Trevion at 17% was fine. And then the Browns defense at 33%, probably not great. This is probably horrible post contest sim ROI because JMO got so steamed, I would guess. It might be okay. I honestly don't know.
I mean, not just JMO, you also took Gibbs at 44. I mean, Gibbs team. I mean, I don't know what efficient ownership on Gibbs would be in this contest, but 44% has to be fadeable, right?
Oh, sure. There were other.
You wouldn't play him again if you knew he was coming in at this ownership, right?
There were other options at that price point that I liked. Like I liked both Derrick Henry and Saquon. you can do it. But like, I think to Davis's point, you're not going to get a lot of like Goff doubles without Amon-Ra. So, getting that in with Rashee Rice, I think Davis is right. It's kind of a unique way to get to a chalky.
It's a unique way to play because that's what DFS is all about now. It's about how do you use the chalk pieces together. The projections are too good to fade the chalk pieces, and my guess is the combinatorial ownership of Goff, Gibbs, and Rice very low.
I mean,
very,
Rice
very
came in
low.
at 12% though. I don't know.
He should have been 25.
Yeah, and the other thing I would say about Travion is the reason I think Travion was bad play at that percent was because Chase Brown came in at like 20%. So Chase Brown, $500 less, 3% ownership more. When you project Chase Brown so much better, Chase Brown's a much better play in this tournament.
No, that is correct. I thought Chase Brown was going to be like 35%. I did not think he was going to come in under steamed. So you are correct about that.
But overall, I think Andrews. I mean, overall, I don't mind some of this, but yeah, Wilson was a great play at his ownership. I mean, Wilson didn't steam at all.
Honestly, I'd play this team again. Seeing the ownerships, I'd play it again. You showed me these ownerships before. I'm playing it again because Burden. I was like, these are all my favorite plays on one team. Like I like it just happened to work out. Like the salaries just worked in such a way that all my favorite plays made it on one team. Sometimes it doesn't work for you. It is what it is. All right, we've got Sammy. This was in the red zone.
Yes, it was. So as cowardly as you guys are for not playing our true GOAT and king, Jameis Winston, in cash, shame on you. I did not in my GPPs. Shame on me. I did
that
play
is
a Goff.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm stupid as hell. I played a Goff triple actually here. It was Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, and Brock Wright. And kind of like you, I had the idea that I want to get, kind of a little weird with my Lion stuff. So no Amon-Ra, and I got Jackson Smith and Jigba in instead at sub 10%. Shout out to me. And Brock Wright at 1.4%. I was just hoping Brock Wright could, do the Lions.
Brock Wright instead of Gesicki, I think, is bad.
Maybe. But, I wanted it to be part of the Lions stuff. So, got it in and, was certainly hoping there would be a connection there.
JSN at 9%, Sammy, is crazy. I mean, that is so sick. I got to be real. Like, I basically thought there's no way I'm playing JSN. Like, they're 1 billion point favorites. He's going to have 4 for 90 and 1. Yeah, which is like his exact stat line in the first half. It's like, yeah, it's just what JSN. It's like that's just what JSN's going. He's a great bet to get 28 points, and then he piled on another 70 yards and a touchdown because he's a GOAT.
Yeah, he's just a GOAT. I mean, just so good.
And he makes it look so easy. He looks like he's running like half speed out there. It doesn't look like he's even trying. It's unbelievable.
Like that first touchdown, like kind of pinned him. It was deep and kind of pinned him to the sideline, and he just like boxes the guy out.
He just was that the one where he like kind of just narrowly pushed off the defender and just breadbasket. I mean, like incredibly sick move. Yeah. I like JSN at 9%. I mean, not that I think that is like inefficient because he was the most expensive player of the slate and I liked Gibbs better as a play, but you paid for it in terms of ownership. 44% of rosters had him, 9% of rosters had JSN.
Dude, if you didn't screw this up with Brock Wright, this would have been like, this is a good team.
I bet the sim ROI with Gesicki would be like insane. Would be like in crazy sim ROI.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, it was. I did so a lot of chalky stuff, right? Chase Brown chalk, Emmanuel Wilson chalk, Brown's defense chalk, but just getting the Goff, JMO, Brock Wright, and Gibbs in there. Without Amon-Ra, and then getting that Amon-Ra spot up to JSN. Burden was obviously in this lineup as well. I just thought was pretty sharp, and I got 3x cash. It's nothing big, but I like the team, and to your point, maybe could have done something different at tight end here, but I just wanted to get as many Lions in my lineup as humanly possible, right? If Goff throws one to Brock Wright, I mean, it's really good.
Yeah.
So,
Nate, do you have a tournament team to send me?
Yeah, I just sent you one. Let's see if we can pull it up in the private chat. So I liked, let's see, I did in the higher stakes millie, I took a shot and I did a Lawrence double. Let's see what this simmed out at.
Nate with a Lawrence double.
So
right,
Lawrence,
Nate ran Gibbs with Lawrence, Chase Brown, P. Wash at 2.7%. Like that. Michael Wilson, Jacoby Myers, Trey McBride, Manny Wilson, and the Raiders defense. I really liked the Raiders defense leverage on the Browns. It didn't end up happening, but I loved because it was basically the same. These two sack-prone quarterbacks. The Raiders were favored in the game. How often is it that the team that's a dog in the game is the chalk, and the favored defense is not nearly as owned?
I know, and Sanders has such a wide range of outcomes that I really thought the Raiders could be. Yeah, they came in with a little more ownership than I was hoping for, but I like the Lawrence thing. I felt so good about the Lawrence, Washington, Wilson. I mean, that whole stack. I mean, Trevor Lawrence coming in at 3% with Wilson, McBride as a bring back, Washington, and Jacoby. When I saw Washington at 2.7, I was like, this has a chance. But overall, I thought my three favorite running backs of the week were obviously Gibbs, Brown, and Wilson. Gibbs
played him in cash.
Sammy, I hate you. Gibbs steamed a little bit, but overall, Chase Brown and Wilson didn't. So,
Wilson not being the most owned running back of the slate is like horrible.
Well, it's because people played guys like Travion Henderson. And so that's where it's like those guys aren't bad in a vacuum, but they're bad when you look at like the other plays that you could have played instead.
I thought Wilson was like, honestly, like I thought Wilson was like better in a vacuum than Jacobs would have been because no one else is getting carries for the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, and also Wilson might just be better than Jacobs. Like, this isn't like hot takey. He's got more burst than Jacobs. Like, you've seen the games where he comes in and relieves Jacobs. He's got juice, and Jacobs is kind of a plotter.
He's got Jacobs is just old and now he's hurt, but he had the first 100-yard rushing game for the Packers this year.
Yeah, I mean, Wilson's good. I didn't even consider not playing him in any lineup.
Anything, yeah. I played him 100%. I mean, honestly, like I don't really feel bad about much of anything I did other than JMO. Like playing massive steam chalk JMO. Even knowing that the game went insane, there were all these yards, all these plays. Like JMO is you got to play JMO when he's like 8%, man. You cannot be playing 26% on Jameson Williams. It's just, yeah, it's not great, man.
It's such an easy, like I would have to dig into the combinatorial ownership, but like if you played JMO, you played him with Gibbs. You played him with Gibbs. So it was just like all of his ownership came at a combinatorial ownership of other guys that were good. That it sank all those. Even if you did get ownership squeeze on one of those players, like you were eating the steam on JMO. So yeah. JMO feels bad. I played some JMO tournaments and regret.
All right, boys, we're gonna get out of here. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for daily fantasy football videos. We'll be back with you guys for some Thanksgiving stuff. So take